Greetings and welcome to the Continuous Compliance UATest Partner Training video. Today, Kashif and I will be doing two features, and there's more in the product, but two features that are pretty relevant to continuous compliance. And of course, as the other sessions, there is a walkthrough PDF that goes step by step so you can run this demo yourself. The features that we will be doing is I will be doing scheduling, auto scheduling, and Kashif will then take over in the same session and he'll do state and time, both relevant to the concept of continuous compliance. Okay, let's get started. So basically for continuous compliance, for auto scheduling, what we're going to do is go here in application audits, right? And we're going to use one of the apps that you have already, one of the attestation campaigns that you've already created, and use it and schedule it in an auto fashion. So I'm going to use this one. If you go down to the right here, it has this, well, then it says schedule. So let's schedule, let's say we're going to schedule something every quarter. Okay. I want to schedule this every quarter, and the start date is literally 5th, and end date, I can select an end date, but in this case, I'm not. Okay. Select a time. I'm going to set pretty much 8:30. And let's talk about the scheduling. We just had a session with one of our customers, and they were saying they were doing their admin accounts and their service accounts every 60 days, and the user accounts for the apps relevant to their compliance at HITRUST every 90 days. And that's the type of information you can be passing on and add value to the customers. Then not only you attest, but the information you had on frequency. So what a cool feature in this product is, how do I want to actually do the attestations? And what's really relevant is users manager. This is kind of an auto delegation feature that says automatically that the managers, kind of like we showed in the last video that we had auto delegation here. Here, the user managers will get this attestation automatically every quarter that they have to be done. And obviously here you can make it as frequently as you want. All right, watch what happens. I'm going to hit save here. And now the schedule, it's scheduled to enact. If you want to have fun, what I've done is, and I can show this in the session live, is I scheduled for like 1 minute in advance, and then I went over into my reviewer tab, and I literally saw the attestation campaign mailed to me. That's it. That's auto scheduling. You can confirm the auto scheduling right here by going here and looking at the schedule, and you see that it's quartered, it's enabled. You have the start date on there, and it has no end date, and it's saying it's to the user manager. Okay, Kashif, you got a little more work in your hands. You're gonna show state and time. Okay, let me stop sharing.
Sure, thanks, Garrett. Let me just go ahead and share my screen first.
While you set it up, I'll talk about state and time and why it's relevant to continuous compliance. State and time is the concept that we take a snapshot right now of your, or in the previous date, of some resource, be it the Active Directory, etc. And then 90 days, 180 days, 1 week, take another snapshot and then compare. And that is the concept of continuous compliance, that we're not just doing this once, we're doing this incrementally, but we're using an automation tool like UATest to simplify the changes and simplify the attestation of the changes. Take it away, Kashif.
Great, thanks, Garrett. First of all, the state and time feature is available here under the CSV module, where you have applications that are not connected to your identity store, and you would like to create a campaign and do the attestation with those users who have access to those siloed apps, but they're not connected to your identity store. So what you do, you export the user data and the group data onto a CSV file, and then you import that CSV file into our IGA tool and do the audit that way, which we have shown you already, but let's just go ahead and see the whole process once again, just to understand. So now here's the CSV module. There's only one step that is different from creating an audit as compared to when we are doing the state in time. So when you're creating an audit for the first time, that's fine. But let's say 30 days or 90 days down the road, you want to create the same kind of audit, but you only want to see the changes, or you only want to see the delta, the differences between the two audits apart 3 months from each other. So that's where the state in time comes in handy. So let's say if I have an application, we call it Finance X, and you have completed the audit 3 months ago, but today you want to create a campaign for the same application and see who has been, or what are the differences, who's been added to the application, who's been removed, things like that. So we will create state in time and tell the system to compare what we are uploading today to what we have uploaded 3 months ago, and then give us the differences. So this is how you do it. First of all, let me just show you the two files. For example, this is the Finance X original CSV file where we have all the users, 3 users mainly, ID 3, ID 4, and ID 7. That was uploaded, that was created 3 months ago. Now what we want to do, we want to create another campaign for the same application today with these users that we have exported from that application again. So you will notice ID3 is still there. Nothing's been changed, but the 4 and 7, they were removed from the organization, from that application, and 2 more new IDs have been added, which is ID 5 and ID 6. All this information is going to be reflected in our audit when we will upload these 2 files. So let me just cross it off so that we can do and create the attachment. Here we go. Okay, so I hope you can still see my screen, Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll just name it Finance X Delta. Because I already have the Finance X audit created a few days ago, so I'll just go ahead and upload the second file, which is what I have exported today. Now on the next page where all the mapping takes place, I have saved, instead of doing these mappings individually one by one, I have saved it as a template, and I can go and use that template to create these audits. Let me just go ahead and show you right here once again. Okay, so here's my Finance X Delta. I'll just put in the next day, and file is my recent comparison file, mapping fields. I'll select the template, and it's been auto-populated. I'll just go ahead and add manager's email as well if I have that. Yes. And now when you browse, or when you scroll down to the bottom, instead of create the audit right away, there are 2 options that you see at the bottom of this page. One is when you save the template of this mapping field. The second one is run a comparison campaign. You click that, and on the next screen is what you're going to see, the options. The system is asking you, what do you want to compare it with? So I'll just click on the drop down. So this is my Finance X campaign that I have created a few days ago, and I'm telling the system to compare my current file or my current campaign to this one that I created a few days ago. What do I want to see in that campaign? I just want to see what this change in the user status, whether somebody's been added to that application during that time since my last campaign, or if somebody has been removed or deleted from that application. I just want to see this information here so that I don't have to go through the whole list but only the changes. And I'll just click on Create Audit to review changes. And the system creates a state in time audit for me automatically, where I can see in the Finance X that I've created a few days ago, there were 3 unique users in there. But today, when the system ran a comparison campaign, I can only see 2 unique users. That means there is something has changed inside the campaign. What has changed? Let's take a look by getting into the audit itself. Now you see the ID 3 is common, so it did not show me any data for ID 3 because it's still there. Nothing has changed for ID 3. But for ID 7 and ID 4, you can see here that this user has been removed and the system is telling me that it no longer exists inside that application, and so is ID 4. So these 2 users have been removed from that application. But there is another change. There is a new ID, ID 6, and another one is ID 5. And the system's telling me that these 2 new users have been added during that time since my last audit to that application. So here's my delta. Now it's up to me. What do I want to do with these users? The ones that have been removed, I can tell them to revoke their access. And the ones that have been added, I can tell them to certify their access. So that will save a lot of time for a reviewer, for a risk manager. Instead of going through all the users that exist inside an application, he is just going to attest the changes that took place during that time since my last audit.
Fantastic. That it is. That wraps it up, and that's the demo, and that's what we have the step-through guide for you guys to go through, and that's what you can be showing. That these enterprises are all talking about continuous compliance and continuous security in their enterprises, and the UATest cloud identity product allows you to meet this demand. All the best. Any questions, reach out to us. Simple sales@uatest.com or support@uatest.com or either of our emails, and we'll get back to you. Thanks, Kashif.
Thank you.